What's up, everyone? I apologize for being so late, and I have the perfect excuse. So, I got my streaming software wrong, and I've been drawing this picture for the past 40 minutes, thinking I was live, and realized that I still had to click go live on YouTube Studio. So I'm an absolute fool. I apologize so much for those anyone who was waiting. How silly of me. So I've decided, look, I'm already halfway through a picture of the Riddler, which, having a look at the window cat, let's have a look here on the wheel. The result I got today was the Riddler, which you can see up there. So I'd already started it. I'll go through the process of what I've done already, but I feel so ridiculously silly for being sitting here for 40 minutes talking to myself about this whole thing. So sorry. I'll know for next time. The reason I did it, because last time I did a stream, I just hit start streaming and my live went on. I didn't realize when I schedule it, I still have to start my stream and then actually go live on YouTube Studio. So sorry, won't happen again. Here we are, I'm back. You've missed everything I said. But let's finish this off. Okay, so we're at, like, it's 10 to 11. Let's just at least do half of the stream and get this guy finished. So working on the Riddler at the moment. I wanted to do like a chibi Riddler. I wanted to do a chibi character today, so because the Riddler came up, I decided to do chibi Riddler. Starting off, did my really rough pencils, like the layout, and then came in and did a rough sketch, which is where we're at now, and then I'm starting to add in details. Once this is done, we're going to ink it. Don't know if I'll get to colouring it today. What my plan is maybe printing this out and then inking it again with markers, and I will maybe scan it in, and then we'll do some colours on the scan. We'll see. But the idea is I'm really digging this. I can see this might work really well as a sticker, so we'll see what happens. So anyway, let's get back to it. Thank you guys for joining or watching. Man, I feel like an absolute fool. But here we are. Let's go. So what I'm going to do at the moment is just adjusting his cane here. Because for a chibi, his arms were awfully long. I'm just going to feel so silly all day now, thinking that I was live streaming when I wasn't. Just to catch you up as well, so for those of you who haven't watched, what I do at the beginning of these streams is I have like a big wheel full of names of characters, which I'll show you in a second, here. So I'll spin that at the beginning of the episode, and we pick a character, and then we go with that character. Usually it'll be like a headshot or a bust, maybe. In this case, I want to do a chibi. So just a nice little cute version of that character. And yeah, we landed on the Riddler. So that's sort of where we're at the moment. So I'm just trying to flesh out some details on this guy before I move into inking. If anyone watched the last stream, probably knows that I was really struggling with the original design of my character. This one's really fallen into place a lot nicer, so really enjoying it. I think mostly for any of the chibi art that I've been doing, I do enjoy it a lot more. Alright. It's looking pretty good. We'll also mention anyone watching, if you've got any characters you want to throw into your list. If it's not already on there, I will throw it in. And then hopefully in the future it might pop up. Alright. Just going to adjust these feet. It's looking a little bit wonky there. Maybe a bit lower too. So one of the things I was talking about at the beginning of the stream, when I wasn't live, sorry, was I was talking about so Victoria has just announced yesterday that we're doing another 2 weeks in lockdown. So I'm assuming from this point it's 3 weeks, because we've still got like half a week left of the current extension, and then I'm guessing it's 2 weeks beyond that, is my guess. Because of that, it means I'm going to be out of work for a couple of weeks, which absolutely sucks. So I'm going to be trying to do more illustration work. I'm currently setting up commission prices and everything for anyone interested for original art, but I'm also going to try and do a stream at least 3 days a week now, which will fit in with my schedule because my kid's at kinder 3 days a week. So it'll be Mondays, Tuesdays and Thursdays, pending everything goes alright. I was meant to stream yesterday, and I want to stress that I really wanted to. As bummed as I was, our water heater died, so we had to get one replaced. So I had a guy in and out all day checking it and fixing it. The dog was going mental. Unfortunately, I have a dog who does not like strangers one bit and can be very nasty, so we have to keep him sort of just locked up, and he was hanging out with me in the studio, which was fine. So he was mostly chill, but still barking a lot, so it was not ideal environment for streaming. So yes, apologies for that, but hopefully that's just a once-off thing. We don't have to worry about it. Alright, I'm thinking we are ready to go for inks on this guy. I should really bring everything to life on this. Yeah, what do you guys think? Good? These pants, I'm not sold on the pants at all. So you know what? Let's put in those little like ironing lines. That looks better already. And then a seam down the middle. I'll fix up the shoes when we get to the end anyway, when we get to the inks. Yeah. So, sorry I missed yesterday because I did promise that I was going to jump on. But then that's why I scheduled for today's session, which obviously I was late for, but sorry, that was just absolute human error, and I'm so sorry for that. Having a drink, and yeah, hopefully we will be a little bit smoother next time. If anyone watching has any questions about what I'm doing, or just wants to say hi, throw them in the comments. Please remember to like the video down below. It helps, just helps with my channel, helps other people see these videos as well. So other people who just want to watch someone drawing all day and talking and being annoying, I would not blame you for muting me and just putting on some just chill music and watching. I know I can talk. Alright, so I'm going to start inking. One thing I was talking about in the last section that I didn't record was just talking about the flow of the line. Here with the hat, my intention is to try and get all of this done in one stroke of the brush. Rather than sort of, I guess, chicken scratching it, trying to, you know, make the line work. As you guys can see, it's, you know, pretty janky, doesn't look nice. So what I want to do, just going backwards on that, is I want to try and get that in one fluid motion. I'm going to try that again, but I'm going to do it backwards. Yeah, that's a bit better. Cool. So it's still got a little bit of wobbliness to it, and that's primarily just sort of me, that's my hand, and I don't have the streamlining on this brush set very high. I like to have a little bit of naturalness to my lines, but I also want my lines to look, you know, like they're one entity. I don't want them to, if I can, try and avoid them looking like a whole bunch of lines trying to join together. And you know, like the same with this hat. And the trick is just being slow, taking your time with it, and use your arm. Don't use your wrist when you're drawing. Use your arm. And I say that because the movement in your wrist is very limited to pretty much this. Your arm has much wider range of movement, so you'll get much more fluid lines if you try and use your arm as much as possible. Even your elbow, if you're in a restricted space, but your arm, so like working from your shoulder. A really good trick I learned from a painter actually when I worked in an art shop, taught me that about the way that they painted. They were seeing my drawing and they mentioned it, and it's stuck with me ever since. Actually, I have a couple of students that I teach regularly, and one of them asked me to draw a circle on the whiteboard. And it's like, can you draw like a perfect circle? I was like, oh, I'll give it a shot. And I just, again, using my arm, just one big swoop. And it was so funny to see their reactions, just like, whoa. And I explained it to them, you know, using the arm. And watching them do it, seeing how quickly they changed was, like, you know, nailed it very quickly, was cool. So one of the things I was talking about with this stream is I want to do more with this stream. One of the things I want to do is involve more people. I'd love to have friends on the show as well, who are artists, but I'd love to get others involved too, like maybe having a live drawing session. I know there's like a few websites where people can jump on and draw. If we could organize something like that. Or even do draw-overs if people want to like throw in their artwork, or email them to me. I'll bring them up on the page on my iPad and draw over them and just it's all in the arm as he casually uses the transform tool. Yes, I won't lie, I still use everything in the software that allows me to make changes where I need to. But still, yeah, the motion of how I draw is just as important as the other tools that I use. But yeah, I'd love to bring in some other stuff like that. The other thing I was thinking of was doing like a Minecraft live stream. I don't know whether I'll do that on this channel or not, but I just really enjoy Minecraft. So I thought that could be fun. Maybe do like a hardcore session. I've never done like a proper hardcore game. I will point out in that comment though, I didn't use the transform tool when I was drawing those lines. So I don't know where that came from. Oh, come on. This line's hating me today. Let's try it this way. There we go. Hoping everyone is surviving well during this lockdown as well. Stuff to that, let's just fill that. definitely thankful there's not as much feathering required on this piece as the last one. Oh, and the circle. Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. Good point. No, that is one of my favorite features actually of Procreate is their I don't actually know what it's called, where it's like a auto adjust for shapes, like if you're drawing squares and circles and things, and it just creates that perfectly round shape. I remember like early days in Procreate when you wanted to do circles and lines and things that didn't have that like snap function, and I remember watching friends do like short videos on how to draw a line in Procreate and just like laying a ruler on top of their iPad. That was very hilarious. So I'm glad they fixed that. It's interesting though, like I love to preach the whole idea of trying to draw the lines as naturally as possible and practice, you know, enough to draw a straight line. It took me a while to feel comfortable with the idea of using some of those tools myself in my artwork, thinking like, you know, oh, I'm cheating because I'm using, you know, a ruler or whatever. And like, it really isn't. It just took me forever to get into the mind space that it's okay to use whatever tools you have to do artwork. Like I have, one thing I've been using a lot lately is this thing called a French curve. It came in like a pack of like 3 or 4, and like essentially the whole idea is it's supposed to provide every essential curve that you could need in design. And like I bought it because it was like, oh, I should have those tools, but I really hesitated to use them, and I've been using it so much lately. Like I just recently finished this Hulk piece and had to do like the power lines. So I had sketched the power lines in, but then I used the French curve to make sure that those lines connected properly, and like yeah, it just came out so much better. So I'm trying to, you know, I'm trying to get more comfortable with, you know, using those tools. Sorry, my artwork nearly fell off the table. Also, thank you for joining the stream, Blue Rush. So I just mentioned too with this artwork, so I'm probably going to end this at the inking stage just because like I sort of plan to be streaming until about 11:30, so it should roughly be how long it will take me to finish it up. If you guys want this artwork to play around with and download, I will be throwing it up on my Patreon after lunch today. So I'll throw like all the sketches and everything in so you guys can sort of see it and see how it comes together. And then like for the higher tiers, not that I'm expecting people to sort of jump on the higher tiers, but I will be throwing in the Photoshop file as well for this. So if you want to like color it or whatever, you can do so there. I was really debating whether I wanted to have the eyes in here. I might draw them in a separate layer and then like sort of just turn them off and on and see how they look at the end. At least then I can just have like alternate versions. Come on. Yeah, thank you, man. Look, it has been a long time since I've really been on here, and I do apologize for that. One of those things, like if you watched any of my vlogs from years ago, I had a little girl, and as time went on, things got a little bit busy with her. I lost my job, and there was just like a lot going on in life, and pretty quickly all of the YouTube stuff took a back seat. As much as I tried to get back on, it just didn't work out. Now with these current lockdowns, it just seems like a good time. And I recently, I think it was on Saturday, I did a live stream for one of our local comic shops because they're currently closed with the lockdowns that we're in at the moment for Free Comic Book Day. And it was just so much fun. It was so much fun being live, chatting to people, and watching people respond live to while I was drawing and things. I was like, man, I missed this. I missed this so much. So it really reignited me in jumping back. And I've been trying to find that excuse. And I think it just took that being forced in to that situation to then go, okay, yeah, it's time to just bite the bullet and do it and not make excuses. So yeah, here I am. I forgot to do that in a new layer because I'm a dickhead. Excuse my language. If I do it in a new layer though, I can draw outside of the lines. That's nice. So yeah, if I can, definitely going to try and schedule a little bit more live stuff. Like I said, we're in lockdown and it just got extended for 2 weeks. So it means that I'll have some extra free days where I won't be able to go into work. Which really sucks because, I've got to try and pay the bills and stuff. So I'll be trying to do more commissions and things like that if I can. But yeah, it opens me up to doing this as well. Alright, I'm going to do a quick flash of what this looks like with and without the eyes. We'll drop off that background layer. I want your opinion. Alright, so that's with the eyes. Oh, that's without the face. That's without the eyes. So I don't know. I like the eyes. I think it just adds an element of cuteness to the whole piece. Being a chibi makes more sense. So we'll see. Alright. A bit of drawing through there. Nope. So yeah, I have been considering the idea of trying to bring up another YouTube series, like a video series to do. Possibly along the lines of the more educational stuff again. Thank you so much. Because that would be rad, it was really fun doing those ones. The problem is, I think, time. Not so much time to do them, but time to edit them and make them all really nice and everything. A lot of it's my own fault because I do tend to procrastinate a little bit beyond. So doing these lives, which is another thing that I really enjoy, is I'm just here, I'm just doing it. I can answer all your questions in the videos and I can, explain things on the fly for you. That seems more, I feel like that's more valuable for you guys because you can just actually ask them questions straight away and get a direct answer. And then move on to the next thing. So as far as the video content I'm going to do, I'm not really sure. I mean, I should do some videos, but to be honest, I'm kind of quite happy to just do lives all the time. Just raw, unedited. You guys get your answers, get some content, get to have a bit of fun. everyone can sort of get involved as well by getting involved in the chat, or offering up suggestions of characters to draw, or even ideas, things like that. I think that's more fun. I have made a mistake. I'll duplicate that. So I made the mistake of continuing my drawing on the eye layer. So I'm going to merge that down, and then I'm going to remove everything from that eye layer. Okay, back to where I want to be. Whew, glad I noticed that. It is the perfect day to be live streaming today. It is cold and dreary and raining. I'm loving this winter weather at the moment. Just absolutely loving it. Winter's my favourite season. I'm very sad that there's only like half a month left of it. Although the last few months have been, the last couple of years have been anything to go by, I don't think it's going to end straight away, which would be nice. I'm not looking forward to summer, and I keep hearing like over in the States that summer's been a bit of a scorcher, so not keen on it. I always find summer's like a horrible time to draw, like unless you're in a nice air-conditioned house. Like I don't have air conditioning in my studio. I have a fan, and that fan only does so much. Like my palms always get sweaty when I'm drawing, so add to that the additional heat of summer. It's not a good mix. Alright, we're nearly there. One thing I've always wanted to get better at is sort of showing knuckles, like how they sit on the hand. I've been trying to do some practice on hands. I feel like that's the one thing I practice the most out of everything that I draw, is bloody hands. Just a constant, like whenever I feel like I've nailed it, something else comes along, I'm like, okay, I need to practice again. Just like this situation with the knuckles. It doesn't look bad, but I know it can look better, you know, if I put in that extra effort. Best and worst thing about being an artist, there's always more to learn. It's just never ending. little bit. Oh, I don't know what happened to my brush there. Oh man. My iPad has crapped out. No, there we go. Hang on. Let's see if that fixes it. There we go. I don't know what happened there, but my iPad just did not want to connect to my pencil. I reckon I'll leave the staff till last. Finish up these pants and shoes. I'm gonna have them overhanging just a little bit. I like the idea of them being a little bit oversized. Especially being like, you know, a chibi character. Draw these bits separately just so we can get the sole of the shoe on the outside. Nope. That's another thing I need to practice drawing is shoes. Just bring up a whole ton of pictures of shoes and draw them. I feel like whenever I draw shoes, they're always the same. I need to sort of build up that creative bank of shoes. There's a trap that I tend to fall in, which I don't like. Also sort of drawing without reference on the shoes as well, which made it, I suppose, a little bit more difficult. I didn't really have anything to sort of go on. Whereas the suit and everything, you know, there was a few things to look at. Alright. Nearly done. Just going to finish off the cane. Actually, I might touch that up, that mask up. I feel like that can be a little bit higher. See, I know if I was doing this traditionally, like on pencil and paper, I probably would be spending a lot more time in the pencil stage than I am now. Always the case. I don't really have an example. There was like a Doctor Strange piece I did recently, which I think is up on my Instagram if you want to check it out. But the pencils, I spent so long on the pencils making sure that they were really tight and really well proportioned and making sure everything was where it needed to be before I came to the inks. Mainly because I don't feel 100% confident getting into the inks from like a really loose sketch. Sometimes I do it, but if I really want a good result, then I want to make sure that I am, you know, right on top of it, on top of the design. It's a habit I've been trying to get more into as well. Whereas here, because like limited time, I just want to go like hour and a half of these streams. I want to try and get it quick. So little things like that where I've just made that change. Luckily being digital, I can make the change on the fly, but working traditionally, I don't have those luxuries. Come on. There we go. Can make those pants up there. Put them in. Alright, this is the last bit. Let's see if I can like land this in one line. Do not like my chances. Oh, gross. Round two. No. Come on. I can do this. Pencil jittered out there. Nice. I call that a win. Add a little bit of shine onto it. Whoop, whoop. Now, erase those lines so it actually looks like it's inside of his hands. Going to erase some of these lines. I reckon a couple of little. There we go. Like something's missing. I don't know what it is. Yeah, I like that. There's a little bit of a sinister element. And the cheek a little bit there. Adds an element of cuteness, a little bit of extra detail in there. Beautiful. All done. Let's clean the, get rid of those lines under there. A bit of shine on there. So usually at this point I'm just going to add in like a bunch more detail and whatnot. Nothing drastic, just, you know, with all the base finished, I can sort of come in and add some blacks and make it a little bit more visually appealing. Slap some colour in there. some detail to his pockets. Finish this pocket off. So I didn't actually do that because I wasn't sure whether that was going to be affected by the staff or not. An extra section of his collar. I might even bring this up a little bit. I feel like that doesn't really sit up where his shoulder is at the moment. So again, these are all the things that I probably would have fixed up in the pencil stage working traditionally. But again, just having that freedom to make adjustments on the fly here, which I didn't have to. Alright. Cool. Alright. A bit of shadow there. Hey Peter, thanks for jumping in, man. Yeah, it's been a very long time since I did lives. Just started getting back into it this week, so hopefully I can keep it up. Been very just out of the loop on the whole YouTube thing for so long, so yeah, nice to be back, man. Alright, let's add a bit more line thickness to here. Move that because that almost it tangents with that line. I don't like it. I'm just going to separate it away. There we go. What I'm doing here is adjusting just some line thickness to not only add a little bit more impact to the design itself, but it's also allowing me to bring out some sections of the design away from others. So for example here, this line's much thicker than these lines, to show that it's sitting in the foreground. It doesn't have to be, you know, terribly thick, but just enough to show that's sitting over the top. I'm actually just gonna, where are we? Gonna get rid of this bit here, just to pull it away from some of these lines. I can create some open space in there. I can create a bit more of that illusion too. So yeah, it's a good little trick, just having that you know, open spaces or those line weights can really make a huge difference to your design. Don't worry, I'll fix that up in a second. There's that, and knock that down. And just erase that so we can see the symbol. Awesome. Cool. I'm going to call that done. Except gotta have a bit of a shadow. Done. And the one thing I always forget to do, which I'm not going to forget today, that brush is way too thick for that. Boom. Cool. All finished. Thank you guys for joining me while I work on this. I'm probably going to tinker around just a little bit more with it after the stream, but once it's completely finished, I will upload this to my Patreon. So if you guys are interested in downloading all the high-res art for this, you can do so. The link should be in the description. I realized it wasn't last session, so if you are interested, just jump down below and you'll find it there. If it's not, I'll fix it up later. Again, I am still trying to figure out some issues with my channel and just making sure everything's fixed and everything's working fine. So anyway, I plan to be back on Thursday at the same time, about 10 AM Australian Eastern time, and I'll be back. If you guys enjoyed this, please put a like down below, subscribe to the channel. I will be back very regularly doing more of these, and if you have some ideas for some other types of streams, let me know and we'll look at doing them. Thanks guys. Have a great day, and I will see you all on Thursday. Bye.